This is Rise Up Live with West Michigan Women, featuring conversations that matter to you, the local, influential, and professional woman.
Welcome to the Rise Up show that we have here. I'm Jennifer Pasqua, Content Engagement Manager, and we are talking about an industry that a lot of women have been a part of, but now we're working to make sure we give them a little recognition. Jenny Waugh, she is a co-chair for the Affinity Inforum Infinity Group. And Jenny, let's bring her to the screen. How's it going, Jenny?
Good morning.
First and foremost, tell me about Inforum and the affinity groups that you have there.
Absolutely. Inforum, I've been a member for years, and it's one of my favorite groups because it really is women supporting women. I've never met a bunch of women that are just there to connect and support one another. So I'm a huge fan of Inforum. And they have these affinity groups. It's just a smaller cohort. It's a way to get to know a smaller group of women. And they have affinity groups on both sides of the state, the Southeast chapter and the West Michigan chapter. And it's maybe women in wine or a book club or some other smaller group that gets together frequently. So one of the other women in the industry and I thought, you know what, there needs to be an affinity group just for our industry because we are a unique industry that does not have enough women leaders in it. So
let's talk about that industry to be specific. What is your focus?
It is for the architecture, engineering, and construction. So we abbreviate it to the AEC industry. And it's just an underrepresented industry as a whole for women. So it's very important for us to empower and support one another.
Yeah, tell me why this is crucial to have more women representation, particularly in those industries you mentioned.
Yeah, absolutely. Construction is probably the worst. There's usually around 8 to 10% of the construction workforce is made up of women. So it's one of the most lacking for original ideas and thought and that difference of opinion, which you need to move industries forward. Yeah. Architecture and engineering is a little bit better. It's usually 15 to 20% of women in those industries. And there's even been recent studies that the majority, I shouldn't say majority, that there is a much greater improvement in architecture. The new registrations for architecture are up around 30 to 35% women.
Wow.
So that industry is definitely seeing an improvement.
Yeah. So how did you get into this? What was your journey to where you are today?
I've been in the construction industry for about 20 years now. And it was, as is quite often, what you'll see, kind of fell into it. I was in the financial services industry before this. And then once you join into this industry, it's so dynamic. There's so much that we're doing for the community. And when you build a building, build a project, work on something that makes a difference in a community, it really just, it captures your attention and then you're stuck in this industry.
So Jenny, where do you work right now? What is it that you do in your role?
I am in marketing. I'm at Fishbeck, which is one of the largest engineering firms in West Michigan for sure, but we're also one of the top 500 design firms in the country.
So when you are, sharing your career path and sharing your career story with other women, especially those who may be up and coming, what is it that you say about the benefits of having that cohort of individuals who are kind of in that same field, who may have walked that same path? What do you tell them about the importance of being involved in something like this?
I would have loved a group like this 20 years ago. There weren't enough women in the industry and certainly not in leadership. So it was, you felt adrift, right? You felt that you were the odd man out, so to speak, when you'd go to a job site and you're the only female on a job site.
Yeah.
So to have this group, somebody that you can lean on, a safe space to ask questions, it's one of the things I enjoyed about Inforum. We had an ad hoc marketing group through Inforum, and it was that safe space where you could just ask questions, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
So I think that it's important to continue that for people in the industry, especially if they've fallen into this AEC industry like I did. Where do you start? How do you meet people? Where can I ask questions when nobody looks like me?
Sure. And there is obviously just that that bond that women have in general, to be able to lean on each other and to be able to kind of speak their truth about what's happening in their world and have the support of people who are just like them. So I love that. We're going to show a little promo. You guys created a video and kind of showcasing women who are in this industry, and I think it's great. So let's take a little peek at that, okay?
My name is Aileen Lybrand. Carol Helpful. Jenny Wall with Fishbeck. My name is Barbara Welch.
Hi, my name is Kalina Kolakowski. My name is Jen Shockey.
I'm just really interested to connect with other women who are in this group.
I got involved to build community. It's very important to meet others that are in the same industry.
Women that I can talk to and share ideas with and talk about conflict resolution, how we do stay resilient.
For now, Inforum is being very generous and allowing everybody to attend and participate in this affinity group without being an Inforum member.
Gotcha.
So eventually it will be back to that affinity group within Inforum, and you'd have to be a member, but that's probably at least a year out. So right now you can be a part of the affinity group and just see if it works for you, if it's the right kind of network, if you meet the right people, if the topics are relevant. We have a great guest speaker coming up for our second meeting. We decided to do this panel discussion for the first one. So right now, everybody can attend, even if they're in the Southeast area. It doesn't have to be just West Michigan. So I'm encouraging people from across the state to attend this while they can.
That's fantastic. Okay, so let's talk about the fact that Inforum is such an incredible connection, a way for women in leadership to have that bond too. So, I mean, while you may want to test this out, Inforum's also a great resource for women out there. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. I have made the best connections when I joined Inforum probably 10, 12 years ago. And it's the first thing when people that are not just new to the industry, but new to their careers, and they ask me, where should I get involved, or what should I belong to? Where should I go for resources? And I always say Inforum. So I'm the poster child for how much Inforum can really help your career and help you make the right connections to help you succeed.
So let's talk about the actual meeting that is happening on the 27th, 4 p.m. You're going to be doing this virtually, right?
We are. We had a venue booked. We were prepared. We were ready, but we decided to, we really have to be safe. We have to keep everybody safe. And there's such great platforms out there. We're going to do this panel discussion via virtual. So it'll be a video panel discussion. And then we're going to go into breakout sessions of maybe 5 to 6 people so that you can really have a chance to talk to a smaller group like you would if we were in person, right? You would join around a cocktail table and have some conversation. So we're going to do that within a Zoom breakout session so that you can meet a couple other people. There'll be homework and questions asked and be able to share your own story and hopefully help other people too.
I love it. Well, there's the website, inforummichigan.org. You'll get all the details there. Look under events. That's the best way to find it. Jenny Waugh, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. I hope everybody joins in. It's going to be a great meeting.
Yeah. And just a reminder, if you want the very latest, that's what's happening here in West Michigan, head over to westmichiganwoman.com. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you.